it is important to always highlight this unacceptable behavior to children with special needs, to parents who happen to come from marginalized community, and to neurodivergent parents in general. So I'm just going to give an example. The last one that happened last night, I had gone into the Nisa shop that happens to be inside the resort, and I didn't actually need something there, but I wanted change because I wanted to tip a staff who was one of the staff at the restaurant because she was being exceptionally good to us. She was kind, and I wanted to I needed £5. It was late. It was about 9:45, and I bought chocolates and toothpaste, didn't I, Jojo? Yeah. So, and this lady gave me change of £7, all predominantly coins, and then I politely asked her if she could give me £5, and I was shocked the way she responded. She was like, "If I had £5, wouldn't I have given you?" I'm like, I only asked for a favor. You don't need to come across. She was what? Very rude, I mean. You can hear my son saying that. So, and I said, you do not need to come across in that manner. It's either a yes or no. And then, before I could blink an eye, another staff, who happens to be a senior staff to her, came, and she came gun blazing like that. And then, so condescending the way they approached me. I know better. When you know better, you do better. Have I reacted to such actions before? Yes. But as we left the store, the grocery store, and I could hear them laughing at us. That was mockery. That was condescending. So I took Jojo to the room because he needed to pee, and then I went back there. Not to cause any aggro, I just needed to get the names of both staff that did that to me. When I got there, I didn't meet the initial staff who was by the till who served me. I met somebody else and I said, "Please, where is the lady? What's her name?" So unbeknownst to me, she was spotted, probably looking for something under the till. And then she stood up and then she said, "Why?" I said, "Because you were not only rude, you gaslighted me when your colleague came and you gave a different story to what happened, and then you were mocking me. And it is inexcusable because I have my child with me at that point. That's not right." So she became defiant. The same senior colleague came and right. So she became defiant. The same senior colleague came and then was calling shots, talking to me in a condescending manner. You know, I just like, "Okay, what's your name?" She didn't want to, so I just read the name tag. I got both names and I was about leaving. This senior colleague, you know what she did? She followed me outside and started calling me darling, you know, in a very patronizing way. And I said to her, "Do not call me darling. Don't patronize me in that way." And she repeatedly, despite me telling her not to call me darling, she repeatedly did that. And you know why she was doing that? Because I had pinpointed her, "Look, because of how you've approached this, it is very critical for me to let your employers know so that you don't do this to another parent. It's not right." And I decided to create my email, look for the appropriate address. Bear in mind, the day prior to that, we had experienced two different incidents, isolated incidents, at the pool and during one night show like that. You know, that was the second day after we got here. Anyways, I put the email through. I didn't sleep until about 1:30 because I needed to make sure that my email, my words was carefully chosen. I did not want any emotional language. I just wanted to stick to the facts. And I put time in there. This morning, I got a response back from the feedback team, Butlin's feedback team, and they said since I was still at the resort, I should speak with the guest team services, which I did not know was here. So I looked for the place, and God, I met with the most brilliant professional lady. She listened to me. I did not have to relieve it. I only shared the email I previously sent with her, because there were other guests there and I didn't want to start speaking about what happened whilst people were there. So she read it. As she was reading, I could see her body language, she was disappointed. And when she finished, she just asked me to sit down. She asked if this was my first time of coming to Butlin. I said, no, I have been bringing my child to Butlin since 2018. I even showed her pictures from my Google Photos. So when she said, please sit down, and then she asked Jojo, what was the best thing Jojo has enjoyed so far? Jojo said music and dancing. This lady left and came back and gave us this. You can see it's early access VIP. Now, it's not because of the monetary value of this. And she also gave us complimentary tickets to go see a show, a top circus show like that. I think it's one of their big events for later in the afternoon. It's not cannot speak, not because they don't have the words, but it is emotionally draining. It is tiring. Nobody wants to deal with this. So this lady at the guest team services was being exceptional. She validated the incident. She showed empathy. She practiced inclusion by asking Jojo what he enjoyed most, so that I did not even know she asked that so that she could give us complimentary tickets. But she put all those things into practice. Was the lady at the restaurant, and she was just being kind. She even told me she has a child who is autistic as well, and she shared so many things with me. Those things are, as micro as it might seem, they are very important for any neurodivergent parent. It's very important for us to be seen, to be heard. To not be made like the troublesome person. No, we are not. We are not. I am not a troublesome person. But I will always stand up for myself. I will stand up for my child. I will stand up for good practices. And that does not mean I'm infallible. No, but when I am wrong, I will put my hands up and apologize. That, I got it wrong. I'm sorry. But to portray unacceptable behavior, services, and think you will not be called out, no, that has been delusional. So once again, I want to thank the Butlin's guest team service. I want to thank those staff, Paulina and Emily. I want to thank them for the goodness of their heart, the kindness they've shown me and Georgia during this trip, and Butlin in general. Thank you so much. We are not going to allow those few people put a downer on our holiday. So thank you. And this is for you parents out there. I know that it is daunting. I know I've lived it. I'm still living it. It is hard to integrate our children into the community if we get this like on a daily basis. But we are not going to shrink for anyone. No. And we are not going to go about it in an aggressive way. We will get ourselves informed. We will get ourselves hammered with knowledge and a better approach. And we will put our children out there because they matter and they belong. I hope this helps. Bye.